So tonight we're working on the Volkswagen. We got it home last week. The problem was the engine would not turn over. Down here we've got a new starter, new coil pack, and we've got all new spark plugs and spark plug wires. And when we got it home, first thing we wanted to check was actually here to see if anything like the alternator or other accessories were bad. So what we did was we used a wrench on the tensioner here, pulled the belt off, and then we were able to see that all of the pulleys are actually loose. Now over here, this is the timing cover. So what you can do is pull off the tab here, and on the back, crack it open, and there's your timing belt. So we're able to see that it still has tension and hasn't really skipped. So based on that, we're not too concerned with the belt. There's going to be a different problem. So one final consideration we had was that it was a low battery voltage, and that was causing the starters to not be able to turn over the engine with the compression. Did a battery check and also looked at the date. It's super new, so that really wasn't going to be our issue. That leads us to now in the shop. We've jacked up the car and we're underneath. Okay, and down right there you can see that's the crank pulley, and we've got a 19mm 12-point socket on there. We're going to do a check to see if the engine is free. So as you can see there, it's pretty loose, but there's a part where the wrench gets stuck, meaning the engine's not going to turn over any further. So now that we've discovered the engine is having a problem where it gets tight, we're thinking what else could cause compression in order to stop the engine. So the guy had just put a new coil and the plug wires and new spark plugs in the engine. We're thinking, is there a possibility they're the wrong spark plugs? So here we grabbed our 5/8 spark plug socket. These ones are pretty tricky to get with these Volkswagens because of this intake on top. So we use our spark plug wrench with a swivel. I use at least one extension, and for the ones in the middle, sometimes I use two. First thing that I always have problems with is actually these spark plug wire boots. So I like to use a pair of pliers. You grab onto it, twist and pull out, and then basically you're able to get in here, use your spark plug wrench and pull out the spark plugs. And there's 4 spark plugs on these engines. What I like to do first is also use some compressed air to blow out the area because it often collects a bunch of dirt and sand. Don't want to get that inside the cylinders. So like I said here, the guy put brand new spark plugs in. So you can see those ones are both new, very clean. Don't look like they've been run much. But then you come to this one. Looks like there's a bit of a problem. The electrode is twisted. The top piece really bent out of shape. So that's probably our problem. So I don't know whether it's cylinder 2 or if it's going to be cylinder 3 counting the other way. But now we've got this hose here for this spark plug that was all banged up. And we've got a little bore scope thing connected to the computer, and that is bad.
Okay, so in here you can see the piston going around there, and then here is a valve. So what happened is it obviously got bent, and then it broke. So you can see the valve stem is here. It's a little bit twisted, it looks like. There's a valve sitting on top of the piston, so what's happening, it's coming all the way up in the system, and then it's hitting the top of the head, or the bottom of the head, I guess, and it's not able to go any further, just like the video shows right here.
Okay, so just showing you, we're putting the camera into the cylinder. Here's through the spark plug hole. All of those little scratches you see on the top of the piston would actually be from this spark plug smashing into the top of the piston. Not what you want to see for an engine to run. So because of that drop valve and this messed up spark plug, this engine is not going to run in its current state. I don't think it's worth it for me to personally fix it, so I think we're going to tidy this engine up, maybe clean the interior, and probably sell the car. So a little bit disappointed it's not worth it for me to fix this car, but I think the body's still in great shape, so someone will love to put an engine in it and keep on driving. So besides the complete engine fail, I think the rest of the car is in pretty decent shape. It's got some good tires on it. There's very minimal rust in this area, which is nice. Underneath, it hasn't been jacked up on, which I find all the pinch welds are usually broken. Rear tires are good. Brakes have also just been replaced, which is quite nice. Paint's pretty good too. And it also has a trailer hitch, which is cool to haul your bike rack. It's got a pretty standard interior. And in the cockpit, you got a manual transmission, a very cool center console, and the steering wheel. One feature that this Volkswagen does have is actually factory air conditioning, which is nice. It does have a aftermarket radio. It's also got heated seats. Altogether, I think it's a pretty solid car besides the engine. So we're going to pack up this car and post it for sale, and there might be an update video on seeing it sold.